Aimann Zahabi taking the stage for Tristar against Fausto Godoy for Cicero Costha.
It was Aimann's first time on the mat. He didn't get to compete last time.
It's actually, he was mentioning in one of his interviews, this is his first time competing in submission grappling. He's a current UFC fighter, brother of Fausto Zahabi, and one of the head coaches at Tristar. Both of these teams have such an enormous amount of resources at their disposal in terms of quality training partners and quality coaches. I love seeing how this plays out over a team philosophy as opposed to individual performances. And you are seeing that develop over the course of the night.
And we're back to the 8-minute match here.
This actually may be close to that 40-pound difference. I know
it's got to be close. Yeah,
is 210,
and Aimann fights at 135 in the
yeah.
UFC,
So depending what he walks around at, he may have elected for the longer match. If he thinks he has a chance of catching Fausto,
and maybe getting him fatigued and take him to deep waters.
Especially because this is Aimann's first match tonight. He's not dealing with any kind of attrition. A little low on the leg. Same thing, looking for that toe hold. Got to be careful committing too hard to those leg locks. You may end up giving up your back. Fausto makes a good adjustment. Keep your hips above the joint that you were attacking, not on it or below it. No leverage in that position.
It'd be the same as attacking an armbar below the elbow.
Exactly. Right? With leg locks, there can sometimes be an emotional reaction from opponents where they may overreact. Mm-hmm. So not a terrible strategy attacking it. Aimann doing a good job controlling the legs of Fausto. Looking to circle and control without giving up any of the De La Hiva positions that Cicero Costha really enjoys. Playing those inversions. See how dangerous it is to step between the guard of any of these Cicero players.
Oh, right into that omoplata position.
Right into that omoplata position.
He's controlling the hip.
He is. This is, as we talked about earlier, maybe not the strongest submission, but can often lead to positional improvements.
Right. Oh, switching off to, nice scramble. Tried to switch off to a knee bar there, it looked like.
Yep. We're 0 for 25 on toe hooks for this evening.
Yeah. I think that's what you're seeing, like, so many guys usually go for those heel hooks, but they're just resorting to toe hooks because that's all there's,
There's also sometimes a sense that you can grab the toe and roll through, and it looks like a submission attempt to the judges without really putting yourself in any harm. Oh, Fausto looking for an interesting variation of that knee bar, almost like an arm crush.
He's trying to work his way down the leg here.
Yeah, getting those hips above the knee, like we talked about, is a credible place to attack. You can see Ethan, Oliver, and Pierre in the corner yelling leg lock advice to Aimann. Aimann's focus, of course, on MMA as a UFC fighter. The other athletes on the team are almost entirely grappling-based combat athletes. 5 minutes remaining in this match. Really mobile hips from Fausto.
Aimann's doing a good job of throwing him side to side and trying to create that pass, but Fausto does a good job of bringing his legs back inside.
Yeah, anytime that Aimann actually does commit to trying to step around the legs, he ends up in a leg entanglement or that omoplata, where you can see that Fausto may be setting traps with how his hips are moving.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, he's got really solid three-dimensional movement, inverting as well as pivoting side to side. Really good hip movement. You can see why Fausto is the number 2 rated brown belt in the world at his weight. Nice knee cut pass from Aimann. Very nice.
Nice back take.
Excellent job. Oh, and Fausto, you know, those high-level guys, man, they know exactly what's coming next. He did a great job getting those elbows in his hips, clearing the hooks and getting to a neutral position.
Just under 4 minutes left here.
Team trophy and individual trophies for each of the guys. I don't know if there's a protocol. One of them Okay, back into a wrestling position. And the size difference between the two men is more prevalent when you see them on their feet.
Yeah, you can definitely.
Fausto
Aimann being the much smaller man.
Yeah, Fausto not engaging at all in the wrestling though, electing to pull guard.
Yeah.
You know, even if you are a guard player, it can sometimes benefit you to work your opponent in wrestling, make them tire themselves out, make them carry your weight, and then start to put them in positions where you can threaten submissions.
So, as you know, your own opinion as a referee seeing this, you know, Aimann's trying to pass. He's not having that much success, but he's trying to. He's pushing the pace. Whereas Fausto's on his back. You know, if this went to a decision, who's the judges going to look to?
So that's a tough call. In my opinion, I think Fausto has been probably a little bit more active in terms of submissions, where Aimann might be more active in terms of positional attack.
Okay.
In this type of competition, we favor the attempt to submit. Right? We don't play chess to collect pieces. We play chess to kill the king.
Attacking that arm.
Attacking that arm, rolling out. Did a good job freeing that shoulder. And you can see sometimes that gi players will not elicit the same type of control over joints in transition because they're used to having the gi as a way to control that movement. I think that may have been what you just saw there.
That's why I love the no-gi game so much more. You know, the gi is great. It's so technical, but it does slow things down. The no-gi,
it's a different game and a different sport. There's beautiful things about both.
Yep.
Good job by Tony to keep the two athletes safe and in the center.
We got under 2 minutes here.
Bora, moleque. Vem, puxando. Não vai puxar,
Nice shot by Aimann. Wow. Very nice single leg. Fausto, though, with I think it's his hip and leg flexibility that allows him to move so fluidly into these positions.
Yeah.
Less than 90 seconds left on the clock. Aimann settling into Fausto's guard.
Bora, Fausto, lá, só mais você, moleque. 1 minuto. Vai nessa perna aí, bola na perna. Bola nessa perna aí, vai.
It's a bit of a dead guard position. I might be chastising Aimann for passivity.
Fausto's going for that knee bar again.
But again, you know,
below the knee.
Below the knee doesn't really strike me as anything more than an attempt to score points and to remain active, of course. 30 seconds remaining. See Aimann gesturing to Fausto. Not impressed with the passivity. Tony warning Fausto. Oh, nice flying arm. Whoa, 5 seconds left. Oh,
nice roll out from Aimann.
Wow.
Great finish.
Wow, really cool, guys. Show of respect between the athletes after the match. There was a nice attempt by Fausto in a short time.
Yep.
I actually thought he had that arm for a second.
Ladies and gentlemen, since neither fighter was able to obtain a submission, both fighters have been eliminated.